Just hit some of the old boosters side, hiccups and rogues. As he sees you, the rank grins and opens his arm for an embrace. When he realizes you're not too keen for a hug, he calms down and announces, "Oh, brother, Vodka Cigarette gave me quite a hard time, but I'm still able to recognize a man who's come to help Unsinkable. Wysotsky did never get to earn some dough for a bottle." Yeah, sure. Take these 10 rubles and have a good evening, Navigator. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an order. You didn't think, did you, that I was asking alms? I'll dance to make up for any money. Like this. Look. The drunken shifts his weight from one feet to another, claps his hands and waves his head, sways his hips and makes scary faces. I see, but let's just talk. Conversation won't polish the sides of the Unsinkable Navigator, but we can counter. What do you want to know? Did you end up in Krasnos and many? First we headed for Moscow, me and my garrison, but it was just smoking right where it once stood. Winter was coming, so we traveled south, fighting anyone who didn't mind cutting a soldier's throat to get his rifle and ration. But here, people were trading. Some guy built an entire village around an oak tree. And this was a real city with a proper chamber of commerce. Did it all appear in a bad place? Not a chance. So that's how I ended up here. Leave me again, huh? Okay, another question. Where's the best booze in town? Do you know the chemical formula of alcohol? What's in the drink? The drink is fine by me. I swear, those pansies who turned their noses from methanol-based liquors weren't even allowed into the army in the olden days. I'm surprised you drank your wits off. Another question. Why do you call yourself the Navigator? I was with the motorized infantry, but I reckon a Navigator sounds more romantic, like the sea and all that crap. The sea has its charm, yeah. What an interesting rumor circulating. I used to serve with a captain back in Berlin. Ambrose, tough old son of a... See? He was, and still is. Some gangsters hammered his knees to pieces a couple of years ago. I mean, it's not really a rumor, but you may find it interesting, right? Yeah, have to visit him, but... Okay. There's a building in here. What's in here? A tired, sweaty man is looking over the machinery. Sometimes a huge furnace, sometimes a large pile of coal, sometimes the different gouges and mechanisms poking out all over the place. Can't believe they expect me to work in these conditions. Everything's falling apart and the coal supply is erratic at best. Problems with the coal shipments, buddy? What's wrong? If the old mine was depleted, we've been getting our coal from the north through Paragon. They screw up the shipments. Krasnosna suffers constant blackouts and I'm getting blamed for everything. He's on the head of this plant. That's a crap situation if I ever heard one. Want some help? Yeah. Hey, maybe we can do something about our trouble. Someone needs to speak to the guy responsible for the coal shipments. He's somewhere in the Chamber of Commerce bunker. I'll do it myself, but I can't leave my post in for a minute. Yeah, where can I find him? In the Chamber of Commerce bunker, nobody can get inside the thing, but you don't look like the type of guy who lets locked door stop him. The man you need to talk to is Alexander Sablin. Okay, deal. Now tell me about your woes. That's what I want to hear. Tell the Sablin he needs to do something about Pentagon. You're my only hope now. Well, can you answer some questions now? No, I don't have time for questions. Oh, look at the buzzer beat. Let's change the subject. Coal shipments. No. Okay, still want to sin. What about this door over here? What the heck? In a dimly place, you don't immediately notice a dark-skinned, thin woman leaning over a crystal ball that's glowing from the inside. Slowly, the woman takes her gaze away from the crystal and raises her eyes full of mystery at you. It takes her time to speak. Her voice is deep and a bit husky. Another traveler dared to visit the cell of the enchantress and clairvoyant fortune teller Sarah. Are you brave enough to learn your future, to receive a priceless advice about what you need to do with the favor of Mistress Fortune? Or perhaps you want to purchase amazing lucky charms? Wait, perhaps you can first answer a few more trivial questions. Alright then, ask a question, traveler, but by asking them, you're also giving answers, remember that. What are the rumors in the area? Heard that there is a fight for power in Paragon. If only any of its authorities came to me for magical help, this squabble could have been put to an end to. Okay. And about your lovely town? Ansem, I wish you knew what a dark place you just called a lovely town. There wasn't that many. It was built on an ancient burial ground. It's been cursed since its founding. Yeah? What curse is that? The fortune teller sighs and beckons you closer. My mother told me about it, and my grandmother told her, and she heard it from my great-grandmother, and so on. The thing is, the city's founder, Count Zoroevsky, built it in the place where there once was an ancient dolmen. Under it were the remains of bronze weapon of some ancient warriors. The locals warned the Count not to disturb the bones, but he didn't listen and built the town where he intended to. As for the dolmen, he ordered to disassemble it and move it to the capital. The story goes that the skeletons came alive in the carts, grabbed the swords and slaughtered the soldiers that were transporting them. And the town has been cursed ever since. Anyone who dies in it can't pass away in peace. Oh, some stories you have. How do you like telling fortune in Krasnos Nameni? Even big people from Chamber of Commerce come to me to have their fortune read. It could be better, but I'm not complaining, handsome. But if that's how it is, okay. Can I learn to foretell the future? Would you like to? I'm sorry, but this talent only passes woman to woman in my family. Strangers simply can't figure out this intricate and mysterious art. Talent, yeah, right. Okay, let's change subject. Testing services. As if out of thin air, the fortune teller gets an array of strange trinkets in hands. Her eyes are sparkling in the darkness of the room. Fortune teller, Lucky Charms. Let's take a look at your Lucky Charms. Devil's Weed. Yeah, we should get rid of some more stuff. We have much junk. See, we have tea, we have bottling water. That one. What? Yeah. Cerebri is strong. Hmm. You're persistent. Hmm. Come on. I guess I should drink another one then. Radiation's low. Be drunk for a bit. Even if the respawn. Let's see, a bottle. Kind of curious. 0.36. That's a lot of extra weight. Okay. Yeah, I was curious to see how much weight it adds with water. It adds like 1.6 kilos. in the bottle when you fill it with water. Oh, also cocktail. Well, Hunters, forgive you for the beating you gave me last night because I know how you feel. And despite what you think, I also did not get paid for the last hunt. I'm just like you, and I'm ready for some street justice. Grab a glass bottle, fill halfway with gasoline, and then stuff with bandana or scarf. Voila! One Molotov cocktail. Grab as many Molotovs as you can and meet me at the Mihailov's cabin. The fat cat will pay or we raise his shitty house to the foundation. Anila of the Vladimir's Hunter Association. Okay. Canned food would be nice. Maybe we didn't get into inside this building. Okay, will they care if I try and break in here? Kinda curious. Okay, they do care. But let's not... So... No, that's because I'll be up in 80 because I drank the vodka. The woman standing in front of me is rather attractive, but there's also something repellent about her. Her troubled and restless gaze is strange man-raised, and a natural serene smile froze into her face. She sees you, the woman gestures with two fingers of her right hand, a sign you've never seen before, and lowers her head. It was not your 2 feet, but Blessed Mother Cosmos who brought you to the sainted martyr of truth. Barna Banana Devi Christu. In the name of the Sitting Wolf, I often teach lessons of utopian religious anarchy in this town, in spite of the hypocrites pushing me away. You must have heard my speech. Tell me, son of God, did I manage to convince you that all earthly authority is false? Absolutely, one is the purge of everyone in authority to begin, mistress. Proud smile flashes across the woman's face for a few moments, before it is replaced by sudden unpleasant realization. Well, there's no need to go quite that far, my child. Mother Cosmos teaches us non-violent resistance. We don't want... Banana looks around cautiously. The noisy law enforcers to end our tour in some damp jail. Okay, I just want to see what this takes us. We're gonna go with... So what? Was it wrong to booby trap all the exits from the Chamber of Commerce? Ha ha! Yeah, laughter is actually a better medicine than those chemicals prescribed by doctors. You're right to crack jokes, youth. Time for me to go. Mysterious preacher beckons one of her strange companions and forces him in a loud whisper. We'll be traveling to Otradnoy a day earlier than planned. People here seem to be unhealthily enthusiastic this time. With a commanding gesture, she summons her associates and they all leave together. Yeah, what strange people. Hey! Still staying after these five when a surprisingly well-dressed man with a clean haircut approaches you. He stands next to you and places his hands akimbo on his hips. Did you see that? That's the sort of people who are roaming the wasteland these days. Squint your eyes at the man. Right, and who are you? Oh, how impolite of me. I wanted to offer you a job and opportunity to make some money, but I completely forgot to introduce myself. The man turns and gives you a big smile. My name is Igor, and I represent a scientific charity called Mycelium, or as our enemies nicknamed us, the Mushroom Cult. We, however, are anything but a cult. You mentioned the opportunity to make some money. What is it you need me to do? The man comes closer to you. Like most wasteland dwellers, he doesn't stink of body odor, alcohol, or any other, even more unpleasant substances. He only smells of clean clothes and a bit of road dust. Thing is, I've been following the activities of this so-called David Christie for a long time. The conclusions I have drawn are rather grim. We're dealing with a leader of a potentially very dangerous cult. Okay, continue to listen. You look like someone who knows how to behave in the wasteland. So I would like to offer you to follow these cult members for a while to find out whether they are really dangerous. Well, it sounds simple enough. How exactly should I be following them? As far as I know, David Christie and her disciples are on a small tour around the wasteland. He's determined to find some new poor souls who believe her dubious sermons. Right now, they are on the way to the small village of Otradnoy. Intercept her there and learn about the future plans. Alright, I'll try to do that. Great, once you gather enough information, come back to me. Anyway, if you have any questions about the organization, don't hesitate either. Just approach me. I'm nearly always standing here in the suburb of Krasnosnameni. We'll see, maybe I'll approach you. Check these guards. I haven't... Postman. There's something queer in the militiaman's body proportions. His hands look a little longer than normal. His gait has too much spring in it. Even his pants are strange since there's extra fold of cloth sewn into them. What is the matter, little one? Got a kitten lost in a tree? Or maybe your kite is stuck in the telephone wires? Just tell Daddy Longlegs. Come around ASAP. What have you heard around the city? I heard that our enemies in Paragon lack morals and common sense so much, they made a place for dogs to fight one another to the death. Why, those bastards! I would have thrown them to the ring for the poor old doggies to chew on and tear them apart. Daddy Longlegs? Is that even your real name? Nah, it's a nickname the little ones gave me, just like Uncle Giraffe or Comrade Telegraph Pole. All people who took me in as an orphan named me Stepanovich Stepanov. I don't like that name. Too long. We're both people usually hi. Come and call me Little. Man looked surprised for a second, as if he only now realized he spoke too much. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. I love this city so much. I think of its people as if they were my kids. That's why I call you all little ones. Because I care for you and love you. Each crap. Oh, come on, buddy. Yeah. Okay. There's some weird people, man. I think I have to talk to this guy, but let's see. what do these people gossip about? They talk about everything. Many a thing goes down in waste on each day. Speak to the people yourself if you're interested, comrade. What sort of interesting places can I visit in the city? A lot of those things. You better walk around and talk to the people. Let's do that. Bye. I wonder if we should. No, not that. Use a speechcraft bit. Hey, it seems like we should be doing. I can't get into town. Oh, well, I could now, right? But let's see. Should be able to get inside with speechcraft, right? Let's see. Speechcraft. I wonder how much speechcraft I need. Don't want to waste too many points into it. Seems to be a little bit too many points. I'm just curious and see how many it needs to be. 70? 70 is still not enough, man. What the actual heck? Not even 75. Not even 80. Ugh. Are we really gonna have to pay $1,000 to get in? That seems pretty nuts if you're gonna have to pay like $1,000 to get inside. Otherwise, we go and do the other stuff now. We go back to Otrenoy, and I wonder if Spring Farm is to maybe go there. Because well, yeah, we also have that other way, right? I wonder what. Okay, I'm gonna check something. I don't have a rope now, so I'm just gonna test this. Let's see what we do. We found something. Here. Fortunately, I don't have a rope at the moment. I don't think. Maybe I'm gonna just save, and we're just gonna try and jump down and see what happens. That's what happens. You die. Okay, so we need to have a rope. Yeah, let's go out in a wide world, open world. Do 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 do. Nathan. Hello, dear stranger. Can I interest in a little sample from my collection? The trader looks you over with a practiced eye, as though estimating how much money you're carrying and what, if anything, you can afford. Hey there, man. Show me what you have in stock. I would like to take a look. Do you have a rope? Okay. I need to get rid of some stuff, so I wonder if I should try and craft some stuff. sell it. One is 54. Let's see, one for them if I sell separate. Okay, so actually, let's see. $15. Okay. Ah. Okay, we need one. I'm being cheap about putting points in the crafting, okay, so I'm gonna have to reload if it fails. We save and let's see. Make another one of these. What are we down to now? There. Okay, we save. It's 122. Man, that would be good to have when we are running around, I guess. Let's see here. I mean, 3 more points in survival. You travel faster, but 3 points only. That's like have the salted fish. Food is more important than... Let's get both of these. Because they are like nothing we need to cook. We have to cook the meat. We have biscuits. And to have some nice food that doesn't weigh too much and doesn't need to be cooked. Compound cassette. Let's see, what can they be used for? Game. I guess it's like they need to be like just some trash, right? Do like this. What if I should get rid of this old piece of junk? Oh yeah, we have this one too. So. I have so many. 10. Let's ignore armor and skin. Skin chance ignore critical chance. Yeah. So rather have that than that from the way that much to we can keep it. Okay, so let's see. We're getting some nice food here. And we lower our weight. Some amount, but we still have a lot that we need to get rid of. The waste paper used for anything now. I'm just curious if they use crafting. Like, MRP waste. Supplies. Oh, there's a quest for it. Okay, it's user crafting and there's a quest for that, so that's important to keep. So we gotta keep that. A piece of tire, it seems like it says it's used for craft. It must be used for something. It's just these logs I think we need to get rid of. Let's see. There we. Get some. Okay. So we can get there. How hungry are we? So let's go and we can cook something maybe. So, I'm kind of curious of what this does. I did save, so. Yeah, but it does nothing to hunger on. Okay. Why can't I use... Oh, wait. That one is already done, right? Yeah. Okay. Friendly, meet the scavengers. That friendly, so let's see. Nothing doable there. Seven. Voice sounds a man in a pre-war. Okay, it's the same type of person you talked to before. What are you doing here? If you got into a cell, do it. If not, get out. Let's see your wares. Okay. Super glue. Wonder if these are just for selling them. Or is the off crafting too? Crafting too. Question is what? Yeah. Heard anything new? I say demon boy scouts set in some old camp far from here. Okay, that's the same thing as we heard before, so... Let's move on. Back. What the? Heck? I don't have anything to get from these now. Oh. I did. Let's get around. Neat throne. Nice, we got some XP. There's a short man with a mustache. He's wearing a dirty t-shirt that was once decorated with frivolous tropical patterns. As he sees you, he begins to grin, and a net of wrinkles spreads across his friendly face. Hello, brother! Ah, you're free to chat. The man closes up his dense mustache and merrily winks at you. Only a bad worker refuses a smoke break. I'm Tolik. Nice to meet you. He extends his arm for a handshake. My name is Jim. But hello there, Jim. Now tell me what's happening in the world. You seem like hermits and almost never go see other people. That's why we are always curious to learn about the latest trends in society. The world is a standstill, and there's nothing to indicate that this might change anytime soon. I think the world is getting more dangerous by the day. The criminals on the roads and monsters in the forests. Stop fretting so much. It was dangerous right after the war. Those were scary times. People don't like to recall them now. If they do recall them, it's always with a shiver because of what's happening back then and what people had to do to survive. Those with a clear conscience are not afraid to recall. I worry more about the present times. I don't know. The present seems alright to me in comparison, of course. Sure, life's not too good nowadays either, if you think about it. Then it seems to be getting better, no? Perhaps, look, I want to ask you something. The man strokes his mustache and nods in agreement. You have a lot of work to do here? We got plenty of work to, but I don't think you're cut out for it. You're obviously a traveler, vagabond, while we here are farmers and amateur chemists. We are attached to our households. I see. Something else. So how are you? How's life? Not bad at all. The guys and I are doing pretty swell. Moonshine is the new petroleum, according to local standards, of course. The man smirks, but the smile gradually leaves his face and he sighs sadly. I only worry for one of us, Stepka. He's a nice guy, but way too impressionable, to the point that it drives him crazy. He got it into his head that he's ill with some disease, and it's impossible to convince him otherwise. Are you sure he's not really ill? Sure, he does this regularly. He learns about a new disease, convinces himself that he's ill, takes various rubbish as medicine and gets better. Then he repeats the cycle. This is traditional. However, this time he's gone too far with lying to himself. Let me try to help. Man thinks about it for a moment and nods in agreement. Sure, give it a go, although it's impossible to change his mind with sane arguments. If Stepka got some silly idea into his head, it's serious. Shoot. I don't know. Maybe you should try to improvise. Are you sure he's not really it? Okay. Let me try to help. Okay. Because I have time for it. Okay. What can you tell me about this place? It's a good reinforced hut standing next to the mountains and pine forest. A river flows nearby. This is a perfect place for a moonshine operation. The moonshine that the locals don't buy, we sell to the merchants from Paragon who sail down the river. This is the life. Okay. Any interesting rumors? There's a rumor that the boss of the local lands, Dan, has gained support of the Krasnasen of many. This means that he and his gang are now the main force here. I don't even know whether to feel happy about it or not. On the one hand, there definitely will be more order. On the other, you can bid farewell to all freedom. Okay. Ask him. Then we have this fella. You see a sick, pale, gaunt man dressed in what looks like a burlap coat. This man is looking around dumbly and ceaselessly sniveling. He sees you, however, he lifts up and raises his hands in protest. Wait, don't come any closer. I'm contagious. Achoo! Bless you, what's wrong with you? What disease are you suffering from? Man spits thick reddish saliva and rubs his forehead tightly, his hand shaking. Oh, it's a horrible disease. Have you heard of the Krasnov syndrome? I haven't. Cough. Too bad. You should know about such things. This Krasnov syndrome is a hard thing. Plus, with the infected feeling badly paranoid. When I began to fall ill, the syndrome was all I could think about, day and night, compared the symptoms to my own, and they all matched. Good job, the diesel merchant told me about this cure for my disease. At least now I have a chance to survive, although since I started the treatment, the disease has been fighting back. Stomach cramps, constant nausea, vomiting. Still, at least now there's hope. Tell me about the remedy he recommended you. The only one that truly works, diesel. You got to drink it every day or two. Rotten meat tastes better, but it works, damn it. Each time I drink it, I get awful pain in my stomach. It means that the disease is waning. Whenever the merchant comes here, I always buy diesel bottles from him. Do you know why it's... What are you talking about? The asshole is poisoning you to make a small profit. No way, I can feel I'm getting better. But hour, my health improves with each passing minute. Man grabs his stomach with a look suggesting he's about to drop dead. Gradually he recollects himself and continues his feeble. This gives me life, a hope for a bright future and stuff like that. You understand you can make this poor soul change his mind by reasoning, much less by trying to scare him. Perform a healing dance. Okay. Success! You jump, dance, wave your hands in the air and swing your hips as you're moving into the decadent western jazz. The patient is watching you improvise rain dance, mesmerized. Finally, he throws his hands up in the air and begins jumping as well. Whoa, you're a true shaman. I feel the disease leave my body. Get out, you darn Krasnov syndrome. Go back to where you came from. This is amazing. Feeling better? Much better. Thank you, and thank you again. I feel the life force coming back to me. I can't breathe so easily now. Since you're cured, I suggest you stop drinking diesel. Right, I have no need for it anymore. From now on, it's just sport and a healthy diet. You know what? Why don't you take the remaining bottles? Maybe you meet another sufferer that you won't be able to cure with your magic methods. Then at least you can prescribe the diesel to the poor soul. Yeah, you better give it to me to be on the safe side. Alright, get better. Ask you something. Okay. what I was going to talk about that we healed him. Okay, let's check. The gate guard audibly gulps as you approach and cautiously waves hello. Oh, hey, you come from the moonshine, right? Petrovich just made a fresh bet. To be honest, he has stumbled upon your hut by chance. Do you sell anything else apart from alcohol? The man strikes and lowers his gaze. Ask around, maybe someone will trade with you, but moonshine is our main product. Ask Petrovich, he's in the house. Do you have a lot of clients these days? How's your trust? Hasn't gone bust yet? Well, there are always plenty of moonshine appreciators. We have nothing to complain about. Drinking is the main local pastime. Not that there is anything wrong with that. I like to have a few drinks myself occasionally. So there. Wait, can I ask you a couple of questions? You feel this shy man won't tell you much. Obviously, you don't give the impression to be trustworthy enough. Oh, well, right. I'm in the rooms lately. Well, I just don't know much, and I've not heard anything. Okay. What can you tell me about this place? Well, it's a nice place. What is there to say? We live here, that's all. What are you doing here? Well, I'm just guarding the gates, eh? The yard too. And about yourself, Vagabond? Well, I'm just, guarding stuff here. That's it. Okay, we are not gonna... Wave. Holy crap, there was a lot of stuff in here. Let's take the corn. It doesn't weigh anything. And the bottle. Pebble mix. And this is what it weighs. His unshaved and tousled chap is busy peeling potatoes. Hi, can I ask you a few questions? The man eyes you indifferently and looks away. Well, hello, go on then. Maybe you killed my boredom. Tell me some rumors. Me having as much as Billy Goat has milk. What can you tell me about yourself? What's it to tell? My name is Seryoga. I work with the man. We brew moonshine. Sometimes we test it too. Every time develop a need to sing songs, although in my mind the word howl describes it better. How did you end up here? Seryoga. Petrovich invited me here. Before that I swept the streets, and this alternative promised me much more advantages, so I didn't have to think twice about this offer. You notice that these words, the man's face gets gloomy and his look grows distant. Then he equally quickly recollects himself and throws another potato in the bucket. I can feel it that it's not all there is to it. Tell me the whole story, old man. Nope. Yeah, right, if I'm going to open up to the first stranger I met. Forget it, ask me something else and be gone. Then tell me about Petrovich if you don't mind. Man coughs in his fist, confused, and glances at you briefly. What questions you have? He's nearby, standing by the moonshine still. Talk to him yourself. I hate discussing people behind their backs. Okay. Does this mean you can use this, or...? he's stealing. Piece of shield. What? Hmm. An old man with a patch of his left eye is standing before you. He's wiping an empty glass bottle with an important look, turning it in his hands as if looking for stains. The bottle is sparkling clean. King Yui puts down his bottle and nods in greeting. Spark of curiosity flashes in his eye and just as swiftly disappears. His voice is scratchy and uneven with age, but still confident as he pronounces. Ah, fresh face. Did you come to sample our wares? Get your loot out. We use a barter system here. We exchange moonshine for other goods, although we will sell it for money too if you have any. If you give me a discount, I greatly appreciate it. It was worth a shot. Maybe you can answer a few of my questions. Looks like your natural charm is no match for the will of this uncompromising old man. He shakes his head and shows you a gleaming glass bottle. Can see I'm busy. Okay. Oops. There's a lot of weight. Should we try and get rid of the bricks? I was just wondering if I should get 2 of these. Okay. save here. I'm just curious to see what happens if we go out there. Okay. It's in the pelt. Yeah, let's see. Attack! Oops. Hmm. Tall, lean lad about 17 years old stands at the gate to the farm hidden behind the fence, lifts his rifle in an uncertain gesture, hitting himself on the cheek with his huge wooden buttstock. Stay where you are, man, or I'll shoot. Hold your fire, kid. Guy looks around in fear and lifts his rifle slightly. It's hard to understand what he aims at, but the heavy barrel is dancing in his trembling hands, pointing to your chest and to your head and under your feet. How would I do it? Guys have sent me here to ask around about a group of missing people. The guy looks around in fear and quickly turns back to you. But what people? You think it's a guest house? There's no one but my family here. Well, the guys who sent me here think otherwise. Good group? I'm telling you. You're harping on like a parrot. There's no one here. Never was. Come in if you want. Ask Father himself. No one passed by or stopped by. You're too nervous for a person who doesn't understand what I'm talking about. Will you answer a couple of questions? Lad looks at you suspiciously. Your conversational skills clearly failed to impress him. I no time to chat. Wait. Some guys have sent me here to ask around about a group of missing people. Okay. Okay. He doesn't want to chat with us. I don't think we have enough strength. Maybe our speech crap could have done anything. I don't know. Save it. Oh, we have to have a shovel at the ready. Duh. A woman is buried here. Thank you. You see a sturdy, broad-shouldered man in his 40s is wearing a long, hand-embroidered shirt and homespun trousers with a frayed rope for a belt. His expression is sullen and friendly, hardened by a life of work, and his face hasn't seen a race in quite a while. However, everyday chores are not the only thing reflected in his face. You see his eyes are full of some inexpressible sadness. Nothing but true grief could have caused this. The man notices you stare at him and snorts, annoyed. I don't know what stories my offspring has told you or what you have told him to make him let you in, but we don't like travelers here. We're not a guest house, so spit it out and we'll say our goodbyes. Relax, man, let's just talk. Trauma stares you for several long seconds and casts a quick glance towards the shed, where a rusty scythe leans against an unfinished wooden door. After a quick calculation, he speaks again. Don't try to scare me. Keep your shit together and perhaps we can have a nice chat. I'll be honest with you, I was sent here to find someone. The head of the house seems indifferent, but the word "find" made a vein under his left eye jerk treacherously before he manages to freeze its expression again. So what? Go ahead and search if that's what you want. The woods are vast, thank God, but maybe you will find what you lost. But why come here? This isn't a guest house. We have plenty of mouths to feed, believe me. We don't accept lodgers and don't need servants. I said I was looking for someone. How did you know it was more than one person? Farmer shudders at your veiled accusation. These are tough times, you understand. Who travels alone these days? Madmen, no one else. It means the guys you're looking for traveled in a group, but I haven't seen anyone, neither have my children. As for the wife, she hasn't left the yard in a month. Don't be so quick to call people mad. I'm embarked upon my journey alone. I'm not unique in this respect. Farmer shrugs his mighty shoulders and coughs. The exception proves the rule. If I tell you there was a peddler passing by, surely you would understand he wasn't alone but followed by guards and carriers. When you mentioned someone, I instantly thought of a group of travelers. That's just the first thing that springs to mind. I have nothing to hide. Let me be blunt. I'm looking for 3 brothers, criminal folk. They were coming to visit you and then disappeared without a trace. The companion crosses his arms and squints at you. I know if I've any 3 brothers, seen nothing of them. Why do you care so much? Are you the 4th? Well, my condolences then. I've never seen them. It's Dan who's bothered. The name of the criminal boss from the abandoned factory startles him. Dan? What does that ghoul from the old factory have to do with it? Why, he's the one who sent them here to collect some money from a debtor. That's a sweat that appeared on the man's forehead. Did he? Did he indeed? So, for me, he sent to collect and... Farmer lapsed into incoherent mumbling before clearing his throat to continue. And, how are they going to do it? If I understand Dan correctly, he prefers to avoid violence if he can. He has asked his men to have a serious talk with you. The man is silent for a long minute and bursts into laughter. That's one hell of a speech. Oh yeah, that was great. Ha ha. Mate, what? Wait, just explain what happened. The man's ox-like nostrils flare with rage. For a second, it seems he would jump at you without wasting words. But instead, he regains control and suddenly he goes quiet, his shoulders drooping. Those 3 bastards killed our daughters, sons of bitches. We lowered our guard, we were careless. We sent her to pick berries in the woods nearby alone. That is where they... The farmer covered his eyes with his hands. His broad shoulders shake silently in grief. Then they had the nerve to come to this very house, asked if they could spend the night here. Not allowed it. Gosh darn idiot. Should have been worried about my daughter, but I thought she's staying with the Petrovich and the Moonshiners. The man no longer hides his tears. Suddenly he strikes himself in the forehead with his fist. Such an idiot, such a fool, with no shame at all. These scumbags asked to stay the night. They said they were heading south to Kresnas Nomeni. Said they didn't like working here, wanted to try their luck in the big city, and they offered to sell my wife a pendant. Marsha's pendant. He told me, so I went out to the yard where they had pitched a tent to ask what happened. But I didn't need to. However, the scum talking by the fire about a girl in the woods who they ravished and then butchered. Continue listening in silence. The farmer lowers his red, swollen eyes, clenches his giant fist until you hear the knuckles pop. I killed them, all 3 of them, with a butcher knife. I cut the oldest guy open from the sternum to groin. The middle one, I cut his throat. And the youngest, I lifted him in the air and smashed his head against the doorframe like that. The man's fist hits his open palm with a thick smack. Smash his skull to bits. The farmer slowly lowers his hands and again focuses his absent gaze at you. He looks utterly enervated, as if these painful memories have drained him completely. Did you at least find Marsha's body? He sighs deeply and nods. I did. Later on, they had not even covered her, just a handful of earth on her face and body. I dug a proper grave, of course. You must have seen it already, but I can't make myself visit the grave. What did you do with the bodies? The man waves pathetically in the direction of the pigsty. Pigs are not picky eaters. What you put before them disappears and quickly. Exactly the burial those three deserved. I can imagine it's not easy. The farmer nods, his anger and vitality have vanished now. He seems tired and listless. Okay. Look, I don't blame you for any of this. You did the right thing. The man spits off to the side and shrugs. I know everything, so go. Report to whoever you like. It doesn't matter. There's no escaping fate. I'll be going. See you later, maybe. Damn. That was cruel. Was close. It's daughter. Ah. Big picture. They don't seem to care when you take stuff from those garbage bins, so... Okay. Fill up my coffee cup. There's a big area. What the heck? I pressed over here? Uh, nice. Nice, nice. Some ammo. More mushrooms. Holy crap, that's a lot of rats. Ah! What the heck? We are dead. Okay, that's not gonna work out. Holy shit, though. They hit me for so many times, though, in a row. But we'll need to fight him in a way so it can't come so many at once at me. I guess we could bring them back to town. Oh. Short and shaven. What the heck? A short and shaven man is personally smoking a cigarette and occasionally spitting on the ground and sighing, but as you approach, he limps right up, screaming out a bizarre poem and performing a variety of unusual dance moves. Gutsy, Gutsy, Gutsy the clown. His jokes and mimes won't let you down. If he has 10 rubles to show you a trick, you will laugh until you're sick. Gutsy the clown. Did you come up with that name like that? The clown comes close and flashes a smile that shows off every one of his many rotten yellow teeth. It was never by choice. Life christened me with this moniker. He touches his round red nose. Like my sniffer? Looks like a prop, right? What did the good doctor from Otternoy say? Cancerous growth. Probably something to do with all those times Mom threw boiling water at my face. Okay, I get the clown part, but why do they call it Gutsy? Gutsy winks at you. This info is too good to pass out for free, but maybe 100 rubles will make me want to show off a bit. I didn't want to know anyway, so there. Let's talk about something else. Since the subject of this conversation is not a catchy, causing terrible pulsating pain in my scrotum, it's easy to change. And ask you a few questions. You can chat, tell me what you want to know, man. Clown's shoulders slump as he digs in his pocket for a ciggy. When he finds it, he clenches it in his crooked teeth, lights up and moans as he takes the first deep drag. What's your real name? I've been Gutsy the Clown for as long as I can remember, although because of my progressing dementia, I can't really recall anything before the ripe old age of 36. Ask how many diseases do you actually have? Next question. What can you tell me about the circus? Well, the average Joe Schmo and Ivan Schmiven, we're nothing but ragtag bunch of mutants, junkies, and baby killers. But for me, this place is a roof above my poor head, family, friends, and just so you know, Chad the Clown was the only one who actually murdered children, and that was only until I convinced him to retire. The clown adopts a terrifying expression and mimes violently choking the air with his huge closed hands. Sounds like a grand old place, something else. Is it hard being a clown? You know what's really hard? Being the only mutant in a village of normies and attending a school full of rock-throwing nippers. But here life's good, even for a misfit such as myself. I'll tell you more. When we are farther out in the wastes and prostitutes are more desperate and less fussy, you might call clown life the true bliss. Sounds kind of sad. Heard any rumors? Years back we had this one freak in our midst, Ramses Cook. Like the rest of us, he was a mutant, but unlike us, he had two major malfunctions. The first was his large tongue, with a sense of taste much stronger than any normie. The second, his fucking attitude. The guy was constantly calling everyone donkeys, pieces of shit, etc. He naturally left the circus when we were in Trudograd and became a food critic for a local print house. Since then, whenever he sees a bar or eatery, he strolls in, samples all the grub and starts throwing it around, cussing at the owners. What a life, huh? Okay. He examined the woman before he began his interest. She is tall and broad with a big head and a tender, feminine gaze. She also sports a beard thick and slick enough to make a lumberjack green with envy. Nothing else unusual. Her arms are covered with small hexagonal armor plates, seemingly made of chitin. Using her thick, chitinous fingers, the bearded lady is trying and failing to tame her tangled beard into braids. Seeing you approach, she gives up her luxurious facial hair and says in a delightful feminine voice, "Ah, bravo, the bearded lady. Psychic help at the ready. You may look scared, but I'm kind. 10 rubles and I'll tell you with future highs." You seem sad, Barbara. Did something happen? Look at this. The bearded lady shows her chitinous fingers. They're good at holding guns and choking enemies, but braiding my beard with such claws is nearly impossible. Yana Dagley used to do it for me, before she decided that I ate one of her eggs. Now she doesn't talk to me, even though I'm totally blameless. Maybe a normal like you can make it listen. Please make us friends again. I'm a natural diplomat, Barbara. Wait here while I do my magic. Okay. Good girl, around 20, smiles at you and nods while continuing to squeeze her boyfriend at the same edge. After looking you over, she whispers shyly, "Hi, if you want something, you better talk to my boyfriend Kesha. He's the jealous type." Listen. Good-looking young man smiles politely and nods at you, keeps on tightly squeezing his other half, a girl of the same age. Eventually, the young man starts talking. Hey there, name's Kesha. Here is my girlfriend Shura. Did you want to ask her something? Sure, I ask a few questions. Go ahead, ask anything and we'll answer, right, baby? The person you're talking to affectionately rubs his significant other's shoulder. What's your story? Nothing special. Our families were always friendly with each other, and now we decided to marry. We came here to celebrate the decision. What can I say? Good luck, lovebirds. Where are you from? We work in a kolkhoz near the borders of this region. The place is called Bitrotinsk. It was nearly untouched by the bombs. Lots of greenery, great harvest, great weather. Sounds like paradise. What do you think about the circus? For some, this place is a den of drunken, degenerate mutants, freaks, drug dealers, and child molesters. For young people like us, though, it's a place of culture. Our kolkhoz doesn't even have a theater, but here you can see real-life clowns and acrobats. Just like in mysterious India or the snow-covered peaks of Tibet. People here are so unique. Each one is like a show in his or her own right. Barbara the Bearded Lady is a prophet and a dangerous mutant in one package, and Jana Degler is a mysterious and charming. And what can you say about Gutsu the Clown? The man's basically a legend. Oh my. Yeah, the names alone already says a lot. Heard any interesting rumors. Well, I won't bother you with rumors from our kolkhoz, but locally, let me think. Oh, I heard there's something awful going on with Gutsu the Clown's gut. And that Laffy the Clown has some business with the postal worker. Wow, what a place, so full of mystery. How long have you been sitting here already? The person you're talking to shrugs and smiles. Time flies when you're having fun, especially with a loved one. See, this is our honeymoon. The leaders of our kolkhoz gave us some money and time off after the wedding, so we came here. To marvel at the abundance of culture and each other. Okay. Done talking to them. Well-built, fair-haired woman is leisurely strolling around the circus, occasionally stopping to stare at the mutants performing tricks and rehearsing for the show. Seeing you, she asks with a smirk. Pardon me, you're a guest here, or are you like the local staff? I'm a guest. Could you answer a couple of questions for me? Can I? So what are you doing in the circus? I'm enjoying life. Do you know how rare entertainment is nowadays? Be it circus or cinema, as soon as I found out tents were going up here, I came as fast as I could. I understand. Next question. How do you like this place? It's not bad at all, and lots of mutants of course, but if one has to motivate them by way of a few rubles, even they may have a trick to share. This is especially true of Gutsu the Clown. I do wonder why the balls he pulls from under his shirt are always covered with some kind of goo. But if you know the answer, don't tell me. I want to solve it myself. Nature is full of mystery. Where are you from? Far away. You never heard of the place, so there's no point telling you. Okay, fair enough. Got any good rumors to share? I've heard there was a fight between two of our local divas, Barbara the Bearded Woman and Bird Woman Jana. I hope it doesn't get in the way of their performance. Yeah, me too. Okay. Young man with a bright red head greets you with a raised hand, but he'll be focused on the circus freaks and mutants. What's up? Are you also disappointed you never knew places like this exist? Damn. What was I wasting my life on when I could have been hanging out at the circus? What's made the biggest impression on you? Oh, many things. Do you see that bearded woman? She's telling people's fortunes. And the guy over there isn't wearing makeup. That's a real beak growing out of his face. Believe me, I janked on it to check. And that clown is only part human, the tiniest part. Everything else about him is a cruel joke played by Mother Nature. I haven't even been inside the tent yet. People say a real wizard is performing there. This circus truly is a fascinating place. You're welcome. It's so nice to even in conversation so pleasant. Yeah, could you answer a couple of questions for me? Why not? Go ahead. What's your name? People call me Jess. You know, nicknames are pretty common among stalkers. Some of my colleagues had colorful monikers too, like Butch, Lorcan, Cachalot, Bedroth, Dumpling, just to name a few. Oh, that's so. Well, it's nice to meet you. So where are you coming from? I came here from Nalchik with the Carabineers. I'm glad I did. Just look at this circus. The only thing I like more than adventure is entertainment, and there's plenty of that here. What do you do for a living? I'm a stalker. If, for instance, I'm feeling hungry, I just dig up an old car battery and bring it straight to town to sell. I keep in mind, I vend my goods in small quantities so the market doesn't get saturated, which would hurt prices. That's wise. No any fresh rumors. I don't often visit Trestnossen many, but I heard they turned the boat into an entertainment center. They apparently have a brothel and a casino there now. None of this would have happened in the Soviet Union, probably. Okay. Before entrance, there sleeps a wrinkly old lady with a long nose. When you come closer, she speaks in a creaking voice. Entrance, 15 rubles. Maybe it's matter time. I ain't going in there right now. A doe-eyed, dumb-looking character is repeatedly lifting two huge kettlebells. Bursting your presence, he throws one of the weights to the ground where it creates a small crater. After vigorously scratching his nose, the giant speaks in a loud, slow voice. Hello, weakling. I'm a strongman Bambula. We're here to watch strongmen lift weight or to see Piggy Pig? What's Piggy Pig and where do I go to see it? Someone slaps his thigh, which is covered by a crotch-high leather boot. People say Piggy Pig is a terrible curse that Bambula must carry through life, but Bambula says, no curse. Piggy Pig is funny, it costs money to see him, 30 rubles. Don't tell the Bambula's parents, but Bambula will spend it on vodka. No thanks, I already know that what it's going to be. Your foot is actually a pig, right? You guess, mutants after all. Bula looks insulted. He doesn't take your money, but continues removing his boot. You will see, Piggy Pig. You will gaze upon him. When the boot slides free, the stands all but knocks you off your feet. The strong man's leg is either badly mutilated or crazily mutated. Above the knee, it looks like a normal limb, but below it's a oblong lump of flesh sporting little hooves, eyes, triangular ears, and a porcine snout. The poor feller's foot looks exactly like a rotten pig's head, complete with yellow tusks jutting out at crazy angles and a slimy, warped pig nose. Thanks for sharing, Bambula, but let's talk about something else now, okay? Can you answer a few questions? Strongmen agree, and Piggy Pig too, probably. Can you answer a few questions for me? Strongman gazes at you distrustfully. Only if not insulting question. If you can't question, then Bambula agree. Is Bambula your real name? No, dum-dum. It's from a fancy lie book, The Three Fat Men. Looked like fairy tale for children, but turned out to be Soviet propaganda. Bambula tore Fall's book apart and ate it, but he liked the name of communist in books so much, he forgot his own. What a character. Oh, I see. Another question then. How's life in the circus treating you? Circus like family from Bambula. Every lady is mom, every man is dad. Only Shats the clown was like uncle who once got into little Bambula's bed at night. Touched places not allowed to touch. Baba! Well, every family has one black sheep. Any interesting stories to share? You heard that if you touch moo cows' belly fingers, they start spitting out milk. Bambula lived and wasted his whole life, but never heard Maybe it's a new thing. Cows always give milk. Give milk. Next was. You have a speech impediment. You talk all weird. Bambula went to doctor once. That's why Bambula speak funny. Doctor said to Bambula, "My friend, there is nothing that modern medicine can do in your case. You suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, which has stunted your mental growth since the age of 5. Bambula laughed at doctors. The doctor gave Bambula candy and hugs, but then, in his heart of hearts, Bambula understood his words. Bambula became very sad and started hurting himself. Oh. Okay.